Hi everyone and welcome to this video. I'm Yogender, and in this video I'll speak to you about how scalable data architecture can be a force multiplier and can really help you in meeting your business objectives in the long run, and especially if you are a growing stage startup or are, let's say, trying to go from 1 to 10. Now, by definition, we see that business objectives consist of areas such as increasing the number of customers, retaining customers, or having a great UI and UX. Now, the good news is that data architecture can really help you in meeting these parameters in the long run. Now, by definition, data architecture consists of the infrastructure that is required to meet your business goals and is part of an overall data strategy. It consists of the models, rules, and policies that govern your data ingestion, the processing, and the way you serve your end stakeholders, which could be, let's say, your end customers or even internal teams as well. Now, let's look at the various components of data architecture that are there in this figure. And we can see that we have the usual suspects. We have the data pipelines being set up, the cloud storage, the APIs, AI/ML models, and so on and so forth. Now, we can see that all these components are critical when we try to, let's say, build a scalable architecture. And we really have to be careful when we're designing this so that it's scalable and it's there for the long run, right? Now, having said that, we can look at about 6 ways that we can really enable, or we can build a good data architecture that can help your businesses and can serve you in the long run. Now, if you look at this slide, the first one is around enhancing agility and speed. Now, understand that not every business needs to have, let's say, real-time data ingestion. Sometimes it's not required, apart, let's say, from e-commerce or, let's say, real or edge computing startups. But apart from that, even if you can build somewhat a pipeline or, let's say, a method that you could ingest data in the real time and show it to your customers, that I think always helps in the long run. The second part is enabling data democratization. We have seen again, and very importantly, that a lot of companies nowadays are trying to decentralize the architecture when it comes to data. They really want all their teams to follow, or let's say be able to access data products in a simple way. And that leads us to a data mesh, which is again a pretty interesting development nowadays. The third one is creating unified data views. Again, we have seen that in large data organizations which are serving multiple business units, sometimes there is this discrepancy where it's not clear what each definition or data table means. And that's where having great metadata or having good governance is always useful. The fourth one is supporting advanced analytics and AI/ML. I understand that not every company or every startup is an AI first company, but every company does have use cases for AI, and these also could involve advanced ML algorithms. Hence, it's important that when you build your data architecture, it does imbibe or integrate the long-term benefits of using Databricks or TensorFlow or some other architecture or a framework for ML. The fifth one is enforcing robust data governance. Nowadays, companies don't leave data governance as a second or afterthought. When they're designing a good architecture, they ensure that data governance is always integrated into their framework, which means that they need to have role-based access, data lineage, and audit trails, especially when it comes to serving customers in multiple geographies, and they could have multiple rules and compliances. The last one is driving cost efficiency. Again, it's something which doesn't strike companies at the first go when they're serving customers, but in the long run, having a great cloud partner which can help you in choosing the right technologies or using the right tools helps you in driving down your costs in the long run as well. So we can see that these are critical components, and the business stakeholders need to be aware of these things when they're talking or forming their long-term strategy. They need to have a seat on the table when they're discussing with their technical counterparts. If you have any thoughts or comments, please feel free to put in your comments as well. And I hope you found this video useful, and thank you so much for watching.